Red Voyage News, Splash on the check-in. Thank you for tuning in. And man, it seems like the hip-hop industry is getting rid of an artist before he even started. 20-year-old Philly rapper Popp Hunna has several artists in the industry, a lot of blog websites, and people commenting on how they feel about his snitching allegations back when he was 14 years old. Artists like Stunnerful Vegas, Tootsie, Trouble from Atlanta, Lil Uzi Vert, and even Whack 100 and Trippie Redd are coming out speaking their minds on what they feel about his snitching allegations from, I think it was back in 2014, 2015. You got Lil Uzi Vert, who's also from Philly, demanding that Popp Hunna takes his verse off of his record that they did together. Okay. And the other artists that I named, they did tracks with him. They did a feature for him. Now, Popp Hunna, he has a very popular song called Adderall that I see on like TikTok and Instagram. A lot of people are dancing to this track right here. It has a very kind of, bright sound. The beat sounds happy and bouncy, but there's some street lyrics. There's some street lyrics in this song right here. He's speaking about some street shit in the song right here if you actually listen and stop dancing. So if you don't know about the case, I checked over the paperwork briefly. I just kind of scanned through it earlier. Basically, said a bunch of people were outside, including his mother, and two of his friends were arguing with one another. And basically, one of his friends shot his other friend as he was running away. And, he identified who the shooter was. Okay. And he took the stand, identified who he was. And I'm pretty sure the shooter is still sitting in a jail cell right now. And his friend that shot his other friend actually killed him. Okay. It was a murder. That's just the short version of the story. And that happened when he was 14 years old. Now, 6 years later, he's 20 years old. Okay. And this song Adderall is going viral. It's getting a lot of views. It's getting a lot of plays. And if you read the lyrics, he says, fuck all the ops for real. Yeah, I'm dissing you. I drop a bag on your head just to get rid of you. Bitch, I ain't ducking no action. You gonna get rid of who? Me and Tay sliding on niggas, and we got missiles too. Then there's another song that he has called Beneficial, where he's talking about riding around carrying guns. I keep guns on me. I'm ducking the cops. He says he got that 40 on his waist. I mean, it's America. I'm not sure what the gun laws are in Pennsylvania, but at the same time, like he's 20 years old. So you're not even, it doesn't matter, even if it's an open carry state or if you're legally allowed to have a firearm, he's not of age to carry around a firearm, conceal a firearm. Then he's talking about putting that shit on the gang. He says he loves the trenches. I understand the area that he's from is pretty dangerous. Okay. High crime rate. But at the same time, now what he did, he witnessed his friend killing his other friend right in front of him. And he said it was right in front of his mother as well. And there was a bunch of people outside, he said, in the paperwork. But at the same time, I don't think that makes him a snitch. Okay. It doesn't make you a snitch if you're a law-abiding citizen. People said he was 14. It don't fucking matter. Okay. There's a lot of guys who are much younger than that hop off the porch and join a gang and get into them streets. So saying that he was 14, that don't mean fuck all at all. But I will say, if you witness a murder, your friend shooting your other friend, and you get on the stand and tell, that does not make you a snitch if you're a law-abiding citizen and you're not in a gang, you're not in the streets. It does not make you a snitch. Now, 6 years later, when you start rapping about street shit and your lyrics and you talking about getting at the ops and you got guns on you and people are dying in your lyrics, that's something totally different. Once you take the stand and say, hey, I'm not a part of this, that's not me, that's not my life. I'm going to tell on somebody who I thought was my friend that could have talked it out with my other friend, that I questioned, why did you do it? When it could have been a simple conversation, you chose to handle things in a different manner. And you did that right in front of me. And not only did you do that right in front of me, you put me in a predicament because now, I'm a witness. I didn't choose to be a witness. I didn't want to be a witness. Now you put me in a terrible predicament. I understand. If you're not about that life, that's not in you, you don't claim that life, then that does not make you a snitch. That just makes you a citizen, a law-abiding citizen. Now, when you turn around a couple years later and you're talking about all this street shit in your records, that's something totally different. That doesn't reflect what you was talking about 5 or 6 years ago. If you were living that square life back then, as you claimed, you need to live the square life forever. And some people feel a certain way. Some people don't care. And, I have the song Adderall. I kind of like Adderall. I like the beat. I like the lyrics. I like the flow. But I understand where people are coming from. I understand where people are coming from both sides. I think that artists should cut out rapping about street shit in their songs altogether. But at the end of the day, that means you're going to have to be more creative and talk about other things. It's not that hard to do. People in hip hop have done it for years. Now, there's a lot of people, honestly, I got to say there's a lot of people from Black society have something to say about this. They're the main ones saying this. But at the same time, it's been proven and shown statistically that Black people are not the number one supporters of hip hop. So, at the end of the day, is it going to hurt his pockets? But, you saw in 2020, a lot of rappers didn't make it. Over the years, a lot of these rappers that have been taken out by way of a gun has been at the hand of another Black person. So even though the support doesn't come from any Black people, the death, that we've seen in hip hop throughout the years, the majority of it has all came from the hands of another Black person. And it's over nothing. And I'm not wishing death upon anybody, but I'm just talking about support. It's like those in the dominant society carry out the support. Those from Black culture, they do carry on support. They're at the shows as well. But it's like when they see somebody rapping about shit that they feel like, okay, that's not you, they always want to test this person at a show. They always want to test this person at a gas station. They always want to test this person in the mall. They always want to test that rapper while he's getting something to eat. One of my favorite rappers, DJ Quick, he said something that was so profound. I still quote him to this day. He said, "Some don't realize the power of lyrics because when you rap about death, you're talking to spirits." Then he went on to say, so check what you're rapping about if it ain't to the good. Like, man, you bring up evil. You bring evil around you when you speak street shit in your lyrics, or even when it's remotely dangerous. I'm not saying he has the most super gangster lyrics ever, which he doesn't, but like I'm hearing both sides of the coin on this. I feel people saying like, hey, man, it's just music. But I feel some people saying, hey, if you talk about it, you got to live it all the way. If you told when you were 14, that's the age when, it seemed like his friends were old enough to pick up a gun and take somebody out, the people he was hanging around. Then you're old enough to know that 6 years later, once you've chosen the square life path, which is a good path to take, you need to carry on that square life path for the rest of your life. You've already proven that it ain't in you to be a part of this shit, which is bullshit at the end of the day anyways, right? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do I make a good point? Or there are some points that I'm making that you do not agree with? Splash, man. Like, subscribe, comment, share this video. I'm over and I'm out. Peace.